Always Wanting More, Guided Close Read. This excerpt comes from the book I Want That, How We All Became Shoppers. In the book, Hine traces the history of shopping back to before shopping existed in prehistoric times to show that humans have always been motivated to acquire things. He has said his style of writing is intended to replicate the experience of shopping, as if the reader is shopping in his store of ideas. Hine invites readers to watch for surprises in his books, just as a shopper might find surprises in the aisles of a store. An author's style of writing involves how something is said, rather than what is said. An author's word choices reveal how the author feels about a topic. This attitude is called tone. Reread lines 1 through 13. Find words and phrases that reveal an amused, even ironic tone. Pause while you think. People who seek a simpler life are a distinct market segment. He uses quotation marks around the word authentic to show that the products designed for this market are not real at all. It's ironic that people are told what they need to buy to achieve a simpler life. When readers make an inference, they use what the author says along with what they know to make logical guesses about what is not directly stated. Reread lines 1 through 13. What can you infer about the reasons why people of the past and present seek a simpler life? Pause while you think. In the past, wealthy rulers sought simplicity because they were bored by their possessions. People today who are not pleased by their possessions think a simpler life will bring more satisfaction. An important idea in economics is the difference between needs and wants. Needs are the basic things that everyone requires to live. Wants are the things that people desire. Reread lines 20 through 22. What does this sentence seem to say about human nature in societies with a high standard of living? Pause while you think. People are never satisfied with just meeting their needs, and no matter how many wants are met, they can still come up with new ones. The term voice refers to an author's unique style of expression. Reread lines 52 through 64. Find evidence of the author's voice. He says, "It's amazing to think," to express his own surprise at how ideas about wealth have changed only in the last 200 years. He tells about his own experience at a superstore. He is mildly entranced and grabbing items I feel for a moment that I need. What does this reveal about the author's personality? He's playful, humorous, sometimes sarcastic. In lines 65 through 74, the author explores contrasting ideas about prosperity and consumption. Reread lines 65 through 74. What point is the author making? Pause while you think. The author raises questions about whether spending money on things as a way to increase wealth and prosperity is valid. The questions ask whether a high standard of living can really last for Americans and for the rest of the planet. The word biosphere in line 80 has been invented by the author. Reread lines 78 through 81. Name examples of places in the biosphere. The biosphere is made of big box stores, boutiques, malls, main streets, websites, and other retailers. What does the word suggest to readers? Why did the author make this word choice? Pause while you think. The author chose this word to be both comical and startling, suggesting a scientific concept like the biosphere or atmosphere that defines the sphere in which we live as defined by the buying of things. In the last section, the author is reflecting on what he has observed in superstores. Reread lines 86 through 89. Why does the author use the phrase perverse tribute? Pause while you think. We live in a world of plenty, but instead of showing gratitude, we're bored. We lack emotional connections to the things we own.